What's up, guys? Welcome back to Media Wars. Thank you so much for subscribing and for supporting the channel. Love you so much, you have no idea. Also, check us out on Bad Habits Kingdom. That's where we originally started, but I've been wanting to start Media Wars for the longest time and finally got it going. And thanks for you guys for all your support. You have no idea how much it means. So we are going to do a video tonight about James Franco, who is somebody that I find very disgusting. Me personally, I was raised by women, okay? My mother, my aunt, my grandmother, my sister, and even the dog was a girl. So whenever it's attacked towards women, I just think it's very disgusting. Especially in James Franco's case, because ever since the beginning, when I first saw James Franco in some Navy boxing movie, there was something about him that just rubbed me wrong. So when all this came out about him being like a pervert and everything, it didn't really surprise me at all. One of the ones that really got to me in a very nasty way is when he was sending nude photos to a 17-year-old Lucy. That is so disgusting, okay? 17 years old. That is disgusting. Horrible. And James Franco should know better. This is a guy that was really at the top of his game, running with Seth Rogen and his entire crew. They've been best friends since back in the day when they did that TV show. I actually liked the show. It was on Netflix for a little bit. I don't know if it still is or not. But him and Seth Rogen are doing great movies. People love them. I never really liked James Franco acting, if you ask me. I thought, the movie Pineapple Express was cool on Seth's side. I didn't like James Franco's side. To be honest, I wasn't a big fan of his acting. I don't like his acting in any of his movies, to be honest. But for some reason, people love them together, which is fine. Actually, I thought This Is the End was somewhat okay, kind of a comedy. But the part with him and, what's the other guy's name? The guy that did the Halloween movies. I can't think of his name, but they're talking about how the Playboy and the guy had an orgasm all over the Playboy, and they're arguing back and forth about coming on his stuff. I just thought that was so nasty. Like, how is that funny? That's just not funny to me at all, especially when it's coming from James Franco. James Franco actually started acting at a young age. Now, this guy, believe it or not, is very intelligent. He grew up, somewhat rich in Palato, I don't even know how to say it. That's how you know I'm an idiot. In California, where it's really actually very pricey living. But, his dream was to become an actor. Now, a lot of people might not know this, but he was also a genius when it comes to math. His dad was actually big time into math and wanted his sons to continue on and be a math professor after they graduated college. Now, one thing about James Franco is he does go to school. I think the guy's gone to 10 different schools and has 10 different degrees for some reason. I don't know why, but he does. Now, James Franco is a math genius, but he's also a pervert. One thing they say about geniuses, they're borderline crazy, and that is all in for James Franco. Now, James Franco was basically taking any acting job he can get, doing TV shows, commercials, and he ended up landing a good part in the TV show Freaks and Geeks, where he met now his good friend Seth Rogen. Well, I don't want to say now good friend because they're not friends anymore, but that's where he actually met Seth Rogen. The TV show didn't do so well. It was canceled after one season. I honestly saw it on Netflix recently, about a year or so ago, and I thought it was a pretty cool show, but it only went one season, so I guess it didn't turn out so well. But it had a nice amount of stars in it, and believe it or not, that's where James Franco made his biggest mistake. Now, I can't think of the young lady's name in that show, but she plays James Franco's girlfriend, I believe, in the show, and he ended up pushing her to the ground off set.
Is that James Franco blew up at you once and knocked you onto the ground, and basically action wasn't taken.
No.
Wow. This guy had mental problems back in the day, and they didn't even know about it, So he ended up pushing her. She didn't come out until later on, but she says she does forgive and still loves James Franco. Now, when he got, found out about what he's been doing, touching girls in the wrong places and being pretty much a pervert, that just really ticked me off big time. It's really uncalled for, and it really doesn't make sense. You are James Franco. Your name is well known. Your little brother Dave Franco is well known. You guys are becoming stars. You and Seth Rogen plan on making other movies together, and things are going great. Why on earth would you want to touch girls in a wrong way when you can get girls on your own? You don't have to be a sicko about it. 3 girls came out and basically said how James was very inappropriate towards them, how it was very uncomfortable around him, and also he's very physical. I think he's more abusive. He also says some dirty text messages, like threatening and being abusive. The guy's a sick pervert, if you ask me. He's a sick-minded individual, and I can care less about him. He really needs an ass whooping is what he needs. I really wish that James Franco would do the YouTube boxing with me, honestly, because I would love to fight James Franco. I know there's a lot of you that would, but I would really love to fight James Franco. A guy that pretty much has the world at his fingertips. His career is really blowing up. He's making great money, and things are really going for him. And he ends up screwing himself by trying to screw others. And it's just totally uncalled for. This person is very, very sick. Now, Seth Rogen basically made a statement saying that he will never work with James Franco again. Ever. And ever since these allegations came out, James Franco really hasn't done much. Now, I know a lot of people know him from The Wizard of Oz and from This Is the End and, you know, Pineapple Express. And he also done a bunch of drama movies as well. You know, I don't think he's a good comedian whatsoever. I don't think he should be in comedies. I just don't think he's funny. You know, I know I'm just sitting here hating on James Franco, but it's the truth. I don't think the guy's funny at all. You know, there's nothing funny about him to me. Now, one thing that he should do is man up and admit what he did. He basically said, oh, all these false altercations on Twitter are fake. You know, I never did anything like this. It's, you know, these girls are basically making this stuff up. And do I believe that women have made up things in the past on celebrities, you know, for money or to get back at them because they felt used or something? Yes, absolutely. Do I think they're lying on James Franco? Not at all. I think James Franco is 100% guilty. I think he deserves to go to jail. I think he needs to pay up some of that money he has to these girls who he has abused physically, mentally, whatever. And he definitely belongs behind bars and should be labeled as a sex offender for sending nude photos of himself to a 17-year-old girl. That is just nasty. That is so disgusting. So disrespectful, and if you ask me, he is no longer a man for that. I mean, probably wasn't really a man anyway, but you know, I guess you could say he was. I don't know what would get it inside your head that, hey, I'm going to send a nude photo of myself to a 17-year-old girl. What in the hell would, like, why would you even think that's okay? I mean, even if she was 18, I still don't think that's okay if you ask me. Just because she's legal, that's still not okay. I mean, I really don't think that's okay at all. You know, she's a minor. I don't care, oh, in this state laws or that state laws, she is a juvenile. By the eyes of me and all of us Americans, that girl is a minor. And James Franco decide that he's gonna take a nude photo of himself and send it to her. Not only that, he was all over her videos when they were hanging out together saying, oh, you need to tag him and post to him, and basically texting and sending dirty things, of course, right? James Franco never thought in a million years this stuff would come out, which I don't know how he would even think that. Everything comes out nowadays, everything. At some time or another, people find out the truth. Even if definitely if you're in the spotlight. Definitely if you're in the spotlight. Because you're well known. You know, after a while, probably after you stop talking to a person and they feel used, which pretty much people do, they let the world know who you really are. James Franco is the most disgusting person that I can think of as of right now besides Austin McBroom But James Franco definitely really is up there. And here he's the one that's going around saying that people that do these kind of crimes and stuff should be punished to the core, how they're nasty and wrong. And here he's the one doing it. You know, a lot of people that are guilty, they actually do that. They'll be like bad mouthing the people that do that for some reason, just to make themselves feel better or not put themselves with those kind of people that want to be perverse and text little girls and send news to them for some god nasty reason why you would ever want to do that. James Franco needs his ass whooped by anybody. He just needs a beat down, honestly. That's just what he needs. He just needs to get smacked upside the face a few times and call it a day. You know, I'm not trying to do this video to cause violence or cause harm to anybody, but I'm just saying what the guy really needs, you know. In his career, cut it off. Not only that, he was the one hooking up with Johnny Depp's ex-wife, Amanda Heard. Not only that, he was the guy that was hooking up with Johnny Depp's wife at the time, Amber Heard. They were in an elevator together, making out, hooking up. How in the hell are you gonna hook up with another man's wife? Not only that, Johnny Depp's wife. Now, I know there's a lot of guys out there that's hooked up with men's wives, but why in the hell would you hook up with Johnny Depp's wife? How in the hell did you think that was gonna be a secret? I mean, come on. There's cameras everywhere. Did you not think there was gonna be cameras in an elevator of a public place? Yeah. Johnny Depp deserves to smack the shit out of James Franco. I wish Johnny Depp would beat his ass. That's what I wish, you know. James Franco, cut him off, end his career, go to jail, register as a sex offender. That's what should happen to James Franco. He is done. And give these women that he abused some money from his own pocket. End the career, buddy. You made a huge mistake and you made it multiple times, you know. A mistake. When people say they made a mistake, it's something that they didn't intend to happen, or something they intended to happen and regretted it right away, maybe. This guy knew what he was doing. He did it multiple times, and he planned out that photo. He got it in his mind like, I am really turned on by this juvenile right now. I am going to take off all my clothes, and I am going to send her a photo of me naked. Honestly, that stuff just pisses me off. James Franco, just end it, man. End it. Just end your career. Go do math or whatever you want to do. Just don't teach in schools either. I actually reached out to James Franco on social media. Of course, I received no response back, but he did receive my message, because you know where it says at the bottom red, he did receive it. I told him the video I was going to do on Media Wars. I told him who I was, where I lived, everything. Not my address, of course, but the city I lived in. I said, before I make this video, is there anything you want to say to me to clear up? Because just so you know, I am going to be hating. But if you want to tell your side or let me know something before I say it, let's make it happen, James. Of course, no response. The guy's still, you know, a superstar. He's not going to respond to me. He's kind of lucky he didn't, because I would have chewed into his ass if I got to do an interview with him. In the career, James, go ahead, go back to California, Palato, California. Where? I can't even say the city's name, but I didn't go to college, okay? Palato, you know where Stanford is. At least I know that where that city is, you know. That's it for right now, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Media Wars. You know, I do apologize. I get emotional when it comes to videos like this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like, hit that thumbs up, hit that notification. And if you ever want to come on the show, go ahead and let me know. I'll see you guys later.